Real Madrid. The first Champions League was won by Real Madrid during the 1955 and 1956 season.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
AI Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
I've been curious. Who exactly is the youngest swimmer in the world?
Oh, I'll tell you. Alexander Tarek, age 10, is the youngest and fastest swimmer in World Championships history. Tarek has been swimming competitively since the age of 4.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I'm glad I wowed you.
From the greens of golf to the court of tennis and basketball, the octagon of UFC to the square room for boxing, track of Formula 1, and the pitch of football. Join the sports crew on Sport Hall, 6 to 7 p.m. Mondays and Wednesdays, Fridays 5 to 6 p.m. and 2 p.m. on Saturdays. Here on iImpact Radio 102.1 FM, Lagos. Reviews, views, and interviews, just the way you like it. Exclusive on High Impact Radio 102.1 FM, Lagos. Sport Hub for all the updates and analysis.
You're listening to Sports in a Jiffy on iImpact Radio 102.1 FM Lagos.
Sports in a Jiffy right here on your number one urban lifestyle station, iImpact Radio 102.1 FM, the last edition of the show for this working week. Of course, don't forget that we serve you this package every weekday from 10 a.m. down to the flip side of 10 at 7 in your early morning sport tonic, bringing you quick updates from the ever exciting, ever dynamic, and sometimes controversial world of sport, giving it to you as we see it, and we expect to hear it from you in the same way, 70 fast, with a lot of facts, and making it compact for your listening pleasure right here on iImpact Radio 102.1 FM. And now we know the teams that will be squaring up against each other in the Super Copa España. It's definitely going to be Real Madrid up against Barcelona. And fans are right now agog about the possible repeat of what happened at the Santiago Bernabeu last year, October. Are we going to see a repeat of that 4-0 bashing? We will till Sunday 12th. Of course, Barca are still a subject of criticism in the league. And yes, just look at the way the rule has been bent for them, as they've finally been able to register Dani Olmo and also Pau Victor. Our clubs in La Liga are releasing statements already. Even the president, Javier Tebas, seems not to be happy with what the CSD have done yesterday. Straight into the English Premier League, where FA Cup third round fixtures yesterday, and a chance of a father and son moment. Ashley Young and Tyler was voided by Peterborough manager after failing to play the boy. Match ended 2-0 in favor of Everton. Just don't forget that Everton once again sacked their manager, Sean Dyche, just a few minutes before the match, and Seamus Coleman was the man who was on the dugout for Everton in that game yesterday. Fulham were also big winners against Watford. 4-1 it ended, with Raul Jimenez getting on the score sheet once again. Later today, we'll be seeing games back in the German Bundesliga. Nuri Sahin up against Xabi Alonso, Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Leverkusen. Though our very own mem, the all winner, that's talking about Victor Boniface, will not be part of that clash. We'll talk about the Nigerian National League NNL, previewing the match day 5 encounters, as well as the NPFL rescheduled match days are going to be played by Enyimba this weekend, and also the back and forth concerning the announcement of the new head coach of the Super Eagles, Eric Chelle. Talks coming through from the world of tennis, because don't forget that this Sunday will be serving in for the first Grand Slam of the year 2025, the Australian Open, and looks like a lot of paths will be crossing on the way to the finals, both the WTA and the ATP. There's been a couple of projections for the quarterfinals, by the way, because someone is looking to mix and match it already, and it's possibly going to be a Yannick Sinner and Alex de Minaur, maybe a Taylor Fritz and Dan Medvedev, or a Carlos Alcaraz up against Novak Djokovic in this quarterfinals, maybe Alexander Zverev, and also Kasper Ruud. We look forward to see how all of that will be panning out in the next couple of days. Don't forget that the first serve is going to be this Sunday right there in Australia. I'm welcoming you to the show once again this morning. This is just 72 in bits and in pieces. We'll be back here later this evening between 5 p.m. down to 6 p.m. on the Sports Up Show, where we get to do 1 hour of banter, 1 hour of rage, 1 hour of views, reviews, and all of the interviews. One big perk about the Friday show is I'll be doing just football, preparing for all of the actions that will be coming through this weekend in the world of football. Ayode Jajiboye is my name. An absolute honor to be your host on the show this morning. To the back of the switch of the net right now. Let's get the show on the road. And of course, we start with us coming through from the home front this morning and all the sports, where we talk about the ICC Under-19 Cricket World Cup, where Nigerians maiden participation is now exciting the National Sports Commission. The National Sports Commission (NSC) has approved the foreign training tour to India for the Nigerian Under-19 women's team, known as the Junior Female Yellow Greens, as they prepare for this year's ICC Under-19 Women's T20 Cricket World Cup that is set to take place in Malaysia from January 18 this year. The Director General of the National Sports Commission, Honorable Bukola Olopade, who stated that the Commission is collaborating closely with the Nigerian Cricket Federation to provide logistical, technical, and financial support to ensure Nigeria performs well at the World Cup. These girls, aged 19, are set to represent our great nation on the largest stage in under-19 cricket, and they need the support from all Nigerians and also the media. And Nigeria is one of the 4 countries making a debut in this year's World Cup, joining Samoa, Nepal, and the host country Malaysia among the 16 nations competing. India, defending champions, won the last edition last in 2023, defeating England in the final that was held in South Africa. And still taking more thoughts coming through from other sports on the show this morning. We'll talk about the WTT Star contender going on right there in Doha, where Quadri Aruna was able to oust British champion. Quadri Aruna kicked off 2025 with a significant victory yesterday, January 9, by defeating British champion Liam Pitchford to advance to the third round of the men's singles at the WTT Star contender in Doha, Qatar. Earlier in the competition, Egypt's Dina Meshrev was unable to overcome China's Chen Yi, exiting the women's singles in the second round with a 3-1 loss. As the only remaining African competitor on the 5th seed, Aruna navigated the challenging style of the Pitchford to avoid an early exit. Despite losing the first game 10-12, Aruna bounced back to win the next 3 games 11-9, 11-9, 11-9, securing a spot in the third round. And next for Aruna will be Spain's Alvaro Robles, who also advanced by defeating Japanese contender in the second round. The men's singles draw saw a major upset with the third seed Patrick Franziska of Germany being eliminated in the round of 32. Franziska, who initially led against Park Kan-cheon of Korea Republic, but ultimately lost 3-2. That's 9-11, 8-11, 11-8, 11-8, and 11-8. In the women's singles, Brit Ella celebrated advance to the last 16 after a notable 3-1 win over number 4 seed Manika Batra of India, 10-12, 11-8, 11-8, and 11-13. Ella also overcame an early setback in the game 1 to win 3 consecutive games. And away from that story right now, straight into the world of football on the show this morning. Just as we look forward into the world of football, big thoughts coming through with Enyimba striker Brownie Deye saying he's open to return to the Super Eagles following his bright start to life in with the 9-time Nigerian Premier Football League champions Enyimba. The 36-year-old has scored 2 goals off the bench in 3 matches for the Aba Giants after joining them in short-term deal until the end of this season. His goal has also been crucial for the club's resurgence in the NPFL as well as the CAF Confederation Cup. Talking about Enyimba on the show this morning, it's been said ahead of their pivotal match day 4 encounter with Enyimba, international Egyptian powerhouse Al Masar have unveiled the list of players selected for the match. Enyimba sent a strong message to their Egyptian opponents last Sunday, securing a 4-1 dominance victory over Mozambique's Black Bulls. And yesterday, Al Masar confirmed 23 players who will travel to Nigeria to face this crucial fixture set for this weekend. Currently sitting second in their group following a goalless draw with rival Zamalek on match day 3. Al Masar will aim to strengthen their position, and the game will be hosted by Enyimba at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo, where they will seek victory to revive their hopes in the competition. And away from that right now, quickly let's preview the matches that will be going down in the Nigerian National League NNL match 5 as edging towards a solidifying their positions in their respective conferences. One of the most competitive leagues in Africa, the NNL, promising another weekend of thrilling football as the clubs look to battle for supremacy in Conference A. Conference featuring teams looking to establish dominance early in the season is going to be Beyond Limits up against Edel, Warri Wolves up against Smart City, Ijele up against Abia Comet, and Inter Lagos will play their first home game against Igbajo United. Though they have struggled for consistency, but we look to find their rhythm against Igbajo United. The visitors will be wary of the challenge, but are determined to spoil the party right here in Lagos. Crown FC will be up against Dakada, while in Conference B, Gato will be up against Solutions. Kun Khalifa will be hosting Sporting Lagos right there in Owerri. Abakaliki will be hosting Rovers, while Madiba will be hosting Oshu United. ABS FC of Kwara will be hosting Goswell Akpabio FC in a game that could be defined as tactical discipline. In Conference C, Bara will be hosting Sokoto United. Mighty Jet will be hosting Gombe United. Wiki Tourist will be hosting Jigawa Golden Stars. Conference D will see Adama United up against Kebbi United. Kadia Warriors will host Doma United. UB Stars will host Sporting Supreme. And a lot of things to be expected in Match Day 5 of the Nigerian National League. Away from the home front right now, quickly, let's go straight to Europe. And we'll start with thoughts coming through from other sports once again. Right now, we'll start from the world of tennis. And just as we're preparing to serve up the first Grand Slam of the year 2025, one man is coming to talk tough, and that's talking about the controversial Australian star Nick Kyrgios, who believes his Grand Slam return has come at the right time because tennis has become a bit mundane. The 29-year-old is set to make his return at the Australian Open following a series of injuries, including a wrist problem, which he feared would end his career. The former world number 13 has not played a major since the 2020 US Open, and now he's adding that it's good to be back. He thinks it's important because the sport was getting a bit mundane. Kyrgios, who is now unranked, has been drawn against rapid rising British number 3 Jacob Fenley in the Melbourne first round. The pair are due to play on Monday, although Kyrgios is carrying an abdominal injury, which he says he will take day by day. Hopefully he gets to 100% fitness and is able to play in the match, or else you know what happens. It's going to be a bye for Jacob Fenley. The world's best players will be competing in the first Grand Slam of the season. The Australian Open will begin this Sunday. Aran Sabalenka and Yannick Sinner will be looking to defend their singles champions at the hardcourt tournament. Record 10-time champion Novak Djokovic targets more history, and this time around he's got Andy Murray in his corner. The draw was made yesterday, and like I mentioned, we look forward to see exciting matchups in that particular one. The Australian Open this year will be offering a record prize money. The total amount of prize money on offer at the Melbourne Park will be 96.5 million Australian dollars. That's about 48 million pounds, an increase of nearly 12% from what the winner earned in 2024. And the prize money increases in every round. The men's and women's singles champions will take each home at 3.5 million Australian dollars. That's about 1.7 million pounds. And the winner of the men's and women's doubles competition will earn 810,000 Australian dollars. That's about $400,000. Beginning from 12th of January is when we'll be seeing the men's and women's singles first round. From 14, we'll be seeing the men's and women's doubles begin as well. All hands in glove, and we're looking forward to an exciting tournament right there in the world of tennis. And straight to basketball talks on the show this morning. Los Angeles Lakers have postponed their Friday's NBA fixture against the Charlotte Hornets amid ongoing wildfires in the region. The NHL side Los Angeles Kings, who also play at the Crypto Arena, postponed their meeting with the Cagliari Flames, which was scheduled for 3:30 a.m. Nigerian time today. Firefighters in Los Angeles are battling a number of blazes in city suburbs as nearly 180,000 residents were forced to evacuate. The Lakers were due to host the Hornets at about 3:30 a.m. This morning, and the NBA said the date for the rescheduled game will be announced at a later time. Meanwhile, basketball star Kawhi Leonard, who plays for the Lakers city rivals, the Los Angeles Clippers, is reportedly set to step away from the team to be with his family after they were evacuated from the area. NFL franchise Los Angeles Rams, though, said their playoff game against the Minnesota Vikings at the Sophie Stadium is still expected to take place next Monday. Sports in a Jiffy right here on Impact Radio 102.1 FM. Quick reminder that I'll be back here later this evening between 5 p.m. down to 6 p.m. on the Sports Up Show, where we do 1 hour of banter, 1 hour of rage, 1 hour of views, reviews, and all of the interviews, taking you through all of the big actions that will be happening in the world of football this weekend. Still in the NBA, Philadelphia 76ers rookie Jared McCain will miss the rest of the season after left in a surgery last month on a torn meniscus. The team has announced yesterday. McCain, who is 20, spent one season at the Duke before the Sixers made him their 2024 first-round draft pick. And McCain was off to a fantastic start and has averaged 15.3 points in 23 games. He started 8 games and was an instant fan favorite in large part due to amassing nearly 5 million followers as a TikTok sensation. McCain earned the Eastern Conference Rookie of the Month honors for last November, but complained of the knee soreness after December 13 game against Indiana Pacers. Hopefully he recovers right in time. And of course, away from that right now, the NBA postponed Thursday's game in Los Angeles Lakers between the Hornets and Lakers because of the massive wildfires that have claimed over 5,300 structures in the area, including the home of Lakers coach J.D. Redick. As Champs China, the Redick's rental home in Pacific Palisades was one of the structures lost in the biggest of multiple fires raging across the Los Angeles Lakers and the metropolitan area earlier this week. Reddit also acknowledged the threat to his home on Tuesday before the Lakers game against the Mavericks in Dallas, saying that members of his family were among those forced to evacuate homes in the area. I mean, not too good news, that one is right there. And away from that, quickly, let's stop in the world of football before I call it a wrap on the package this morning. And taking a recap of all of the matches that went down yesterday in the FA Cup round of 32, Everton kicked off a new era hours after their manager Sean Dyche was fired with a 2-0 FA Cup third round victory over Ligue 1 Peterborough United yesterday night, thanks to goals from Beto and Iliam Ndiaye. Beto struck in the 42nd minute at the Goodison Park when he latched onto a through ball from Harrison Armstrong around the keeper Niklas Bilakopic before slotting the ball into an empty net. Club captain Simon Coman under 18th coach Leighton Baines have been appointed Everton's interim manager. On a tumultuous day for Everton, their forward Armando Broja was carried off on stretcher just before the end of the regulation time after receiving treatment, including oxygen for what appeared to be a serious ankle injury. Everton's Ashley Young came on as second half substitute, but his 18-year-old son Tyler remained on the Peterborough bench. In the evening, other ties yesterday, Rodrigo Muniz, Raul Jimenez from the penalty spot, Joachim Anderson and Tomato Castagni scored to lead Premier League Fulham to a 4-1 win over second-tier Watford. Sam Ashford goal led Cardiff City to a 1-0 win over Sheffield United in a clash of championship teams. And away from that, Peterborough manager Darren Ferguson has defended his decision not to bring on Tyler Young during his side's FA Cup defeat by Everton at Goodison Park last night. The League One side were beaten 2-0 by the Toffees after a first-half strike by Beto and an injury-time penalty by Iliam Ndiaye. And the build-up to the third-round tie had been dominated by talk of the possibility of Everton fullback Ashley Young facing his 18-year-old son Tyler, and never in the 154-year history of the FA Cup have a father and son played against one another. However, while Ashley was introduced from the bench in the 17 minutes of the normal time remaining, Tyler remained an unused substitute as Ferguson made his fifth and final substitution in the 88th minute with his side 1-0 down. Defending himself, he said, "Our father and son there, it didn't happen," former Everton defender Matthew Keels said on the commentary. Of course, Darren Ferguson are feeling all the heat right now because a lot of fans were actually looking forward to see that moment for Ashley Young and also his son in that one. Away from that, quickly let's go through the fixtures and other matches that will be played in the FA Cup third round later today. Wycombe Wanderers will be hosting Portsmouth, Aston Villa will be hosting West Ham United, and in the Spanish La Liga, Rayo Vallecano will be hosting Celta Vigo. German Bundesliga later this evening, Borussia Dortmund will be hosting Bayern Leverkusen. Italian Serie A, Lazio Roma will be hosting Como. And in the French Ligue 1, Nantes will be hosting Monaco. AJ Auxerre will be hosting Lille. In the Saudi Pro League, we'll be seeing a couple of matches being played later this evening as well. Sports in a Jiffy right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. Don't forget, we'll be back here later this evening, 5 p.m. down to 6 p.m. on the Sports Hub Show for more talks and also preparing for the actions that will be going down this weekend. I saw to remind that I can keep track of this update and more by phoners across all social media platforms. You are live on our Facebook fan page at Impact Radio 102.1 FM, and as well join us on our YouTube channel at Impact 102.1 FM. Subscribe to that channel, turn on post notifications so you can be the first to know whenever we are live on that page. I did Jajibo sign out this morning. I'll tell you to stay sporty, stay active, drinking enough water to stay hydrated. Don't forget to be kind, because kindness is cool. Omobolade Oladipo is here to take you through the rest of your morning on the Morning Impact Show on Impact Radio 102.1 FM. Do have for yourself a blessed and highly favored weekend. Good morning.
From the greens of golf to the court of tennis and basketball, the octagon of UFC to the square room for boxing, track of Formula 1, and the pitch